I've got a question for you. What if I told you you could build your authority on LinkedIn even if you've never closed a deal? No massive portfolio, no 100,000 followers, no hours spending creating brand new content every week. Does that sound good to you? It's possible when you leverage OPC, other people's credibility. As real estate investors, we've heard the term over and over, leveraging OPM, other people's money, but this is leveraging other people's credibility. So drop a fire emoji in the comments if you're ready to finally start showing up confidently online. Welcome to Transformational Thursday. I'm Debbie Balfour. I'm a real estate investor and a real estate investing success coach. And if you stick around until the end, I've got a free gift for you that will help make your LinkedIn profile a whole lot easier to get online. Plus, I'm announcing that my LinkedIn Investor Lead Magnet 5-week program is starting on April 25th. So there's only one more week to get signed up to get going on that. So we're going to kick off on April 25th. It's a 5-week program. You get some videos that I send to you and an assignment on the Friday. And then on the Wednesday, we meet in the evening for a 1 hour group coaching session where I give you feedback on your assignments. And then you can tweak it, get it finished up before the next Friday where you're going to get some more videos. The videos are just bite-sized videos, and they're like 5 minutes, 7 minutes long, a total of no more than 45 minutes that you're investing in that. But what you need to invest in is doing the work. So all about learn, implement, because we want to get you up and running in your LinkedIn profile. By the end of that 5 weeks, you'll not only have your LinkedIn profile optimized, but you'll know how to start writing engaging content. Okay. So today, write program in the comments if you're interested in learning more about the program and being part of it, the upcoming cohort. So if you're watching me live, I want you to put hashtag live in the comments for me, please. And if you're watching this as a replay, put hashtag replay so I know that you stopped by. So let's get diving in and tell me in the comments, have you ever wanted to post on LinkedIn, but you've stopped yourself because you've thought of these things? I don't have enough experience to start posting. I don't know what to say. What if no one engages with me? Right? If that's you, you're not alone. I've been there. Many of my clients have too. And the thing is that helped us get unstuck was something called OPC, right? You've heard of OPM, as I mentioned before, other people's money. Well, have you heard about OPC? Leveraging other people's credibility. So stick with me today and I'll show you exactly how you can do this with simple, repeatable strategies. So, what is OPC? Other people's credibility. It's using other people's stories, other people's content, other people's wins. Interviews, right, are a way to build your own authority by sharing other people's perspective, by interviewing other people and sharing what you've learned from them. So this works because you gain this reflective authority, right? Because you are interviewing them, you're critiquing them, you're talking about them, you're getting their reflection of their authority comes to you. You build trust through the connections that you have. We all know that your network is your net worth. So when you are connecting yourself with these people, they're your connections, then you're building trust through your connections with them. And you stay consistent without burnout, because that way you can take, other people's credibility without having to think every day about what you're going to post. What am I going to do today? Creating new things each time. So it's like borrowing someone else's spotlight for the moment, but using it to illuminate your own value. I hope that makes sense to you. So, question number one is, who is one investor, a coach, a podcast that you follow or are inspired by? That you follow these people for inspiration. So drop those names in the comments below, because those are the people you're going to. I want you to start, following and looking at their content and using their credibility. So drop that name of that person who you want to, who inspires you, and that they can use their credibility to start building your own. So let's get started with the easiest strategy that's out there is reposting with your retake. So you've seen a great post, you're on LinkedIn, someone's posted some great tips, some great insights, uh, any of those kind of things, a story that really brings your strategy to life, and you like that post, so you're going to like it, but then you're going to hit that repost uh, icon on the bottom. And but before you repost it, don't just repost it, put your take on it. So you're going to put in the feed, in the caption, your take on that specific post. Easy, isn't it? Yeah, there you go. There's a post for today. So I want you to go and do that. Repost it, like, with a caption like this. This right here, with a pointing finger down emoji, is why I've built my strategy around blah blah blah, right? So that's something simple you could do. Or, someone's posted and a quote and their insights on it, and you can add yours to it. So just add like a line or two of your own experience into that repost, and end it with a question to invite people to comment, something engaging. What are your thoughts on this? What have you done to improve this? Something like that, so that people can start engaging. How simple is that? Simple, strategic, and smart. And it positions you as the voice in the conversation. All right? So, my question for you, have you ever reposted something on LinkedIn before? Type yes or no in the comments, right? And type, so, and then I want you to think about, when you reposted it, did you put that caption? How are you going to do things a little bit differently next time? And hey, if you're thinking, Debbie, I need help knowing how to do these posts, this is exactly why I have the LinkedIn Investor Lead Magnet 5-week program that's coming up on April 25th to help you with that. So if you want to find out more, type program into the comments and I'll get back to you with more details. Now, let's talk about my favorite OPC technique, which is interviews, right? You don't need a fancy camera, you don't need a podcast to do this. You just message another investor and you say, hey, I'd love to have a quick chat with you about your investing journey. Ask 3 questions, ask you maybe 3 questions, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, totally casual. And you get on that Zoom, and then when you're on the Zoom, you ask, do you mind if I record the session? So you record it and you share that session with others. I did this with my son. This is exactly what I did with my son when we first started. My son and I wanted to learn about the different markets out there. And we were like, how do we learn about these markets? There's so many markets out there. What do we Google? What do we look for? What stats do we look for? So I decided to just reach out to investors across Canada that was doing, what were in different markets. And I interviewed them. I got them on a Zoom call. I interviewed them. I recorded it and I shared it. So simple as that. and I was able to start building my credibility by and while I was learning. It was something I needed to do anyways. So, and for that person, it's a win. So you're learning, you're helping others learn. They're in the spotlight now. Your audience is inspired, and you're giving that other person, building their credibility along with yours. So and so their credibility just automatically spills over to you. How simple is that, right? That's how you start attracting other investors, partners, referrals, opportunities by doing something as simple as that. So put a fire emoji in the comments if you are inspired by this and you feel that you can go out and do this yourself. All right. So now I've given you two simple solutions. One is take somebody else's content that they've created, repost it with a caption, your take on it, and then put an engaging question on that post to remind you to get people to engage now with that post. Right. The second one is get on a call with another investor, ask them some questions, record it, post it. They get value because now you're building their credibility, getting them visibility. You're inspiring your audience, and you're learning, and then you're build their credibility is spilling over into yours. Okay, so another thing you can do is if if you're more into listening than posting, this is one for you. Use podcast quotes, use podcast quotes and content snippets, right? So listen to your favorite podcast and then grab insights like a 30 or 60-second insight and post it, like something like this. I heard this on this podcast today and it really hit home for me. And what was it that they talked about, right? How or here's how I'm applying this to my real estate investing journey. So you're taking that snippet of the podcast and then you're saying this is how you're applying it, and you can put a little bit about your journey, what you're doing so far, or what's your what's one podcast lesson that have changed how you invest. So you didn't need to create a content, you're curating content. So you're taking other people's content, so from their podcast, you're taking a snippet of it and you're curating it. And by curating, you're now building credibility. So my question for you is, what podcasts are you currently loving? Drop it in the comments and so we can then all check it out. But I want you to now take that something you've learned from that podcast today, if you listen to one today or sometime this week coming up, and I want you to now use that in your LinkedIn post. What was it that you learned? Take that snippet and share it with others, right? So in my 5-week LinkedIn program, I'll go through how to use some AI tools to help you make this even simpler. If that is on, if that's on YouTube, something like that, your podcast, I'll show you how to use AI tools to make it simpler. Let's keep going. So, where most new investors go wrong is I see them, this mistake is made by aspiring and novice real estate investors on LinkedIn. And guess what it is? They stay silent. If you're silent, nobody knows you're there, right? How are you going to get partners? How are you going to get connections? That is the biggest mistake that anyone makes. Don't be afraid to post, to repost, to comment. The people that are silent are the people that are making the mistakes. You're not going to make a mistake by commenting. You're not going to make a mistake by reposting. The mistake is staying silent. They lurk, they scroll, they watch other people grow and wonder when they can feel confident enough to post. The truth is, confidence comes with action, right? You don't get confidence first. You need to take action first. Think about anything that you did. Think about a baby learning to walk, right? When they first start to walk, they get up, they fall, they are shaky, etc. But the more they try it, the more they become confident at it because they get better at it. Same thing applies to social media, to working on LinkedIn. Confidence doesn't come first. You'll never be confident if you don't take action. Waiting longer isn't going to build your confidence. Okay, you have to take action. Action builds confidence. So when you implement these OPC strategies like these, you're building confidence through consistency and clarity through your content, right? So take other people's content and repost it. Help other people in their journey by doing by interviewing them. I do this on my podcasts. In my Let's Talk Real Estate Investing podcast, I interview other people and learn about their journey. And in return, I'm giving them the opportunity to build their credibility to get visibility, but it also builds mine, right? So, what's holding you back from showing up on LinkedIn? I want you to put that in the comments. Just drop one word and put that in the comment. And how can this strategy help you overcome that? What's holding you back? So, if this is resonating with you and you know that you need to go forward and you need some help, I have my program starting, so put program in the comments and I'll DM you the details on the 5-week program. It's coming up in just 1 week, so it's next week Friday. So you got to be quick, get on board before all those spaces get filled up and we get started, okay? As I promised you, if you stuck around, I will announce the free gifts. So you stuck around this long, and so you're my kind of action taker. So drop gift into the comments. And what I'm going to share with you is a link to download my free LinkedIn profile audit checklist. And it's got bonus content prompts, ideas of things that you can post in your LinkedIn profile, in your LinkedIn feed to get you going. So put gift in the comments and I'll give you that link to download that free gift. Okay? So let this be your first step on showing up boldly and brilliantly on LinkedIn. Books is another way. I'm going to add this to my list here of things. So I was about to wrap up and it's just popped into my mind. So, are you reading a good book? The book is written by somebody else. It's so using a book and curating a book is another way of doing it. Right? So that's another way of doing some what did you read in a book, curate it, and there you go. You've got your post there. Okay, so to wrap up, remember, you don't need a massive track record to start building credibility, to start being seen as credible. Okay? You just need to start showing up. And like I said, confidence is built through action. Right? And OPC is one of the easiest ways to do that. Do you remember what OPC means? Put that in the comments. What's OPC? So, if this spoke to you today, don't just like this live. I want you to use it, to comment on it. How about, connect and, maybe reshare this. This is your opportunity to reshare something. So you can use this specific live, reshare it, put your take on it. What did you get out of it? What was your takeaways? What are you going to do? And I want you to commit to trying one of these strategies that I mentioned today, this week, right away. Don't put it off, okay? And if you're ready to start finally building out your LinkedIn presence, your profile, and your content plan with guidance, then join me in the LinkedIn Lead Magnet, the 5-week program, where we're going to dive into building your personal investing brand, creating weekly content effortlessly. I'm going to teach you how to use ChatGPT, optimizing your profile to attract investor partners, and how you're going to use OPC to be, strategic and confident. Okay, so just type program below or DM me for the juicy details around the program. So let's get seen, let's get funded, and let's get you out of content confusion and overwhelm and into investor attraction. Let's start attracting all those investors, your partners, your team, right? You've got this, and I'm here to help you. Okay? So see you next week on another Transformational Thursday. Debbie out.